Hey there, Shalini Mittal here from Tech Katha, and let's understand the need and use of conditional statements, that is if else in Python. So let's open idle, file, new file, and let's understand why would you need conditional programming. Say for example, you are creating a voting application. Okay. Now voting application, the conditions are yes, you need to be citizen, and we will go with the assumptions that whoever is applying are the citizen of the country. Now the second most important condition for voting is age. So the condition for voting is if age of a person is greater, I can say this, is greater than or equal to 18, then person can vote, else cannot vote, right? So this is how we write in normal English. That means if you try to identify in these statements, what do we need? Age of a person is greater than equal to 18, person can vote, else the person cannot vote. So if we try to convert this programmatically, first thing is the input. So what is the input that we require? Age. So we'll say age is equals to int, we know, because age is a number. So we will need to convert or typecast into int. So I'll say age input, int input, enter your age. Now once the user enters the input, second is the input. Second is the condition, right? What is the condition? That whatever the input age is should be greater than or equal to 18. So my condition is age greater than equal to 18. Now if this is true, so as we say if the condition is true, so if you write it syntactically, if you want to write syntactically if followed by the condition, or you can say an expression that evaluates to true or false. So whatever you write here should be an expression that evaluates to always to a boolean value, that is true or false. So if age greater than equal to 18, that's a condition followed by a colon specifying that, okay fine, this is the condition, okay, what needs to be done. So in Python, colon completes this statement, and because it's continued, I mean if the age is greater than equal to 18, we have to do something, right? So it's a continuation if the continuation if the condition is true. So if the condition is true, I want to say print can vote. Otherwise, I want to say else cannot vote. So if, then there is a space, and then you can have one or more than one statements. That's a syntax. So these statements will only be evaluated if this condition is true. If the condition is false, then needs to do what? Else, then I want to print cannot vote. So then else, okay, followed by colon, that specifies Python that after the else there's some more thing to be done, and that is some statements to execute. So what is my statement if the condition becomes false? Is I would be saying print cannot vote, right? So this reads, take the input age, check for the condition if it is true. If yes, print can vote, else print cannot vote. Let's save it. And now if I run, see, enter your age 12. Because this condition was false, it goes in else and it prints cannot vote. If I run it again and this time I enter age which is 20, because it's true, I can print, it prints can vote. So this is how you basically will be using conditional programming. So for example, you have a login screen, right? So you have a login screen on a website, and on these login screens, you enter the username and password. Now I want to validate. So I would be checking if username equal to Shalini, it was entered at the time of registration, and password equals to some XXX password that again I had entered at the time of registration. If they both match, that means I can log in, else I cannot log in, right? Same way, if I suppose want to ask the user, say for example, there is a button called as delete. When you click on the button, I just want to get a confirmation. Are you sure you want to delete? Do you want to continue? Yes or no? Sometimes it may happen user presses the delete by mistake. So you just want to reconfirm. So if the user says yes, so if yes, if user says yes, then go ahead and delete that particular message, post, image, notification, etc. Else don't do anything, right? We don't need to do anything. So these are the scenarios, where you would actually want to use conditional programming. Again, say for example, for example here, right, when I try to save, so I say file and save as, and if I try to give it a name if else, and if I say save, it asks me, do you want to replace? If I say replace, that means it's yes, it replaces. If I say cancel, means no, it will do nothing. So these are the conditional programming where you actually use conditional based execution. This also helps alter the flow of your application. The reason being that by default the programs are executed one statement after another. But if you want to have conditional programming, that is you want to alter the flow of your execution based, so this statement will only execute if the condition is true. You can see only either of the one statement gets executed, but ideally always the statements are executed one below the other. So if I remove this, they will be executed one after the another. But now I want to alter the flow and I want to print this only if the condition is true, otherwise I would say print cannot vote. There are a few more rules with respect to if else. I'll stop this video over here, and we'll see more about if and else in the next video. Till then, happy learning, take care, and bye bye.